Are you tired of all those crappy leads that you're getting from your Facebook ads right now? You know, all those people that you're getting on the sales call with, trying to sell your high ticket coaching program to, and every one of them tells you that they can't afford it. If anything, all the leads that you're getting are telling you that they're living paycheck to paycheck, that they can't even afford their groceries, but you're spending all your time getting on phone calls with these people and finding out that they just don't have the money. So today I'm going to offer you a simple hack that you can really work with the Facebook ads algorithm to make sure that your ads are getting in front of the right people and less of those people that don't have the resources, that don't have that aren't a right fit for you and your coaching, and will make your life a lot easier because you'll be able to get in front of more of those people that you actually want to work with and spend less of that time trying to haggle with people over, that just aren't a good fit for you. Or if you do bring them on as clients, they tend out to be a nightmare that you didn't want to work with in the first place. So if this is the first time joining one of my lives, I'm Brian Czekanski, and I help coaches in particular 10x their high ticket sales. So most of the coaches that I work with will start out, I would say 90% of them use Facebook ads as their way of getting leads in the door. Others use Google, other type of amounts. So the thing that I'm going to talk about today is actually something, if you're using Google, if you're using LinkedIn, any other type of platform, this is going to work as well. It kind of goes to the fact that most of these ad algorithms, the algorithms that these social media companies are using are very much the same in terms of how they work. So let me just take a step back before I kind of mention the hack, is kind of giving you just a brief context in how these ad algorithms work. So these algorithms really are fed by data. So if you're giving them a good amount of data and a great amount of responses, then they love that, either good or bad. So we want to make sure that your ad isn't something that's bland and generic. So if you're putting out so I'll give you an example. So last week I talked to a mindset coach, and he was talking about this same problem that I'm talking about today. The leads that he was getting just were absolutely terrible. It wasn't worth him even getting on the phone call with. But if I looked at his ads, and I didn't look at his ads before getting on the call, but if I were to guess and taking a look at him, he was probably offering mindset coaching to everybody. And this is what most coaches do. They put out ads that are very generic and very broad because they're worried about missing out on potential opportunities. But I can tell you that doesn't really help the Facebook ad algorithm or any other online platform that you're putting out there, is because a very broad ad that's talking about to everyone isn't really it's not going to generate the amount of responses. It's not going to generate the amount of clicks. It's not going to generate those people that say this ad is not right for me. So the key thing is to remember that you want to be also, you want to put a specific ad in front of the right person and know it's for them, but you also want to be disqualifying people along the way. You want to make it clear for certain people that your services, your coaching is not right for them. So it might be those people that don't have the resources. It might be, age, demographics. It might be their personality, any number of those things. So think about all those worst clients that you've had in the past. Think about those characteristics that they've had, and how can you put something in a line or two in your ads that immediately turns those people off, because we want to be turning people off as much as possible. We want it to be specific enough that it resonates with the right person, but also clears away all those other people. So with your ad, what most people don't realize is that you want people saying this ad is not right for me, because again, that feeds into the Facebook ad algorithm of like, okay, like these type of people are saying this ad is not right for me. And those are the type of people that hopefully you don't want to work with. As they say, this ad is not right for me, the Facebook ad algorithm is going to stop showing it to that portion of the population. It's going to look at the characteristics of those people. And if you've written your ad in the right way, all of a sudden Facebook is not putting your ad in front of them anymore, which kind of clears up and puts in front of, especially if your ad is resonating with the right people and they're getting a lot of data in terms of, okay, like these people are saying more ads like this, they're loving your ad, maybe they're commenting below that ad as well. That's the thing as well, is like if you put out a specific ad, you're going to get a lot more engagement. If you put out something that's a lot more specific that qualifies or disqualifies people, you're going to get a lot of comments. Again, that's great for the Facebook ad algorithm. Whether they're good or bad doesn't really make a difference. Facebook loves data. They want that engagement. A higher engaging ad is going to be shown to more of the people out there, and you're going to save on costs as well. It's going to be more cheaps because, again, Facebook wants those ads that are really getting a lot of great responses, either good or bad. And that allows them to, again, narrow down into like, who is this ad specifically for? Who is actually generating responses? Who's booking sales calls? Like whatever that next step in the funnel is, if you're kind of ringing the bell in terms of getting them more data and you're kind of going back to them. And again, if you've written this in a really specific way in terms of your ads, okay, then Facebook is going to make it really easy to not only give you those right people the first time, but it's going to continue as that feedback loop continues over and over again. They're getting data from the right people. They're getting data from those people that aren't the right fit, that are kind of clicking away or not looking at your ad. All that stuff is great for the Facebook ad algorithm, and any other one that you're working on, either Google or LinkedIn, kind of functions very much the same way. So specificity within your ad is super important. I've done a ton of videos in terms of Facebook ad copy and how you can use your story and any number of things. So check out some of those videos in terms of like how to actually do that. For this video, I'm going to really talk about like just specificity, being specific. Don't be the broad mindset coach for everybody. Who are your best clients and what are some of those characteristics of those people, and how can you speak directly to those people? How can you use their language, the words, the phrases, everything else that really resonate with them and draw them in? And again, disqualify some of those people along the way. So do you have some of those disqualification type of things in there to do that? So I just want to kind of bring this to life for you in a really quick example. This isn't as specific, but I want to kind of show you the lazy way of doing it as I kind of looked at it. There's nothing about this coach that I'll show you, nothing against him, but it is kind of the lazy way. If you've got a high ticket coaching program, I'll show you in just a second what he does. So again, this is John Madsen. I've never worked with him or anything like that, just to be fair, and everything else, but I've seen his ads multiple times. He's an online fitness coach. And one of the things he does is kind of put like an income requirement. So you can see here, there's two requirements. You make at least 150K annually. He's got some other requirements. So again, the lazy way of doing it is like, if you've got a high ticket coaching program, you want people that have those resources. So a lot of people focus on zip codes, they focus on professions, things like that. You can do it in that way. Again, that's a little bit more specific. I would say like the zip code thing is something that everybody kind of focuses on. So you might be paying more for your ads by doing that. So instead of like doing these targeting hacks, try to think about like, especially in the current environment where there's a lot of privacy and things like that, and you're getting less data from those Apple users. How can you be more specific in your copy? Put things in your copy that disqualify people and qualify people along the way. So he does it here in terms like you must make 150 annually. And then he really highlights it here in terms of his video. I'll just play a few seconds of it.
If you make at least 150 grand, I will get you shredded or you won't pay a dime. There's two requirements to take me up on this challenge. Number one, you make at least 150 grand annually. Why? Why is there a financial requirement to join a fitness program? There's a financial requirement to make sure that you can afford our top level coaching program. We are the best and we're the most expensive. The second requirement is that you
Okay, so like right there, it's not only that you put out requirements, but that also that you have a reason why behind it. So again, like he's kind of owning the fact that he's one of the most expensive trainers out there. He wants to attract those people that have the resources, and he's giving a reason why. And I know he's got a lot of great testimonials, and he's got all those things along the way. But again, think about like, he's got very specific ads out there as well. If you look at his ad copy and go into ads library, but he also just throws in like, okay, I have this income requirement. By throwing in that income requirement, does that mean he's getting on sales calls with all the right people? Probably not. But you can see it's something a little bit more controversial that probably disqualifies a bunch of people. If they read that ad, they don't make 150 grand. They're probably less likely to click through and fill out one of his applications. I'm sure he does get applications from people that are more aspirational, like, yeah, I'll probably make 150K this year, next year, or I'm on the path to that. And that's perfectly fine. But you can see how it's super easy in terms of like being specific in that. So you can obviously throw an income requirement, but what I would suggest is like being super specific in terms of like, who do you want to work with? Who don't you want to work with? And being very specific in your Facebook ad copy. Again, I've got tons of great videos where I've kind of gone through, if you want to create a story-based ad, if you want to call out their problems, any number of those things that I'll kind of link above. But the key thing that I would kind of see is get away from kind of that broad, stop trying to be the coach for everybody and start being the coach for specific people. And what that will do is start getting the right leads in front of you and you'll spend less time with those people that don't have the resources or aren't the right fit or any of those kind of things. That's kind of the key hack here, is like you have to be specific enough that you're feeding data into the Facebook ad algorithm in terms of like the qualifying, the right people are qualifying and moving through your process, and the right people are saying this ad is not right for me. Again, it's kind of an art and science to doing it, but specificity within that ad is really important. So try and think about that, especially take a second look at your ads right now, and are you, especially on the front end, think about like, okay, is this appealing to a specific person, or am I just writing to the entire world and hoping that the right people filter through? Usually when you do that, you get a lot of, you're going to spend a lot of time on the phone with the wrong people. Make your life easier, be more specific. Simple hack in terms of feeding into these ad algorithms. Your life will be a lot easier. So if this is helpful, or if you want me to take a look at your ads and give you a couple of suggestions on how they can be more specific, I can also point you to a specific video that I've done in the past in terms of suggestions of what might be a good fit for specificity, depending on what your coaching is, who your audience is, all those kind of things. So drop me a comment below on whatever you're asking, whatever platform you're looking at. Hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Always coming out with content around high ticket coaching and being able to get more prospects and clients through the door at high ticket prices. And I'll see you on the next live.